Morgan's got the front flail on, he's got a bit of grass to mow. Dad's doing the boiler, and John's there filling the sprayer up. He's going to go and put the pre-emergent spray on the sunflowers. And we had rain overnight, only 4 mil. Some people have loads, and that's just make the seedbed just moist for the preem to work better. I'm just looking in the many boxes of merch for a present for Charlotte's godson. Everything's a little bit jumbled up because a load of boxes went to the tractor pull yesterday. Don't forget, if you missed them, they are on the website, and then Ian will be able to find them a lot faster than I can. Oscar swept the yard beautifully on Saturday. Someone keeps filling the bucket too much. Filling chip that then floats down the drain. I've done an airport run, and I'm now on my way to Amazon at Doncaster, where I'm going to go and have a look at some of the machinery and the big self-propelled sprayer. So it should be interesting to see what's going on in the world of Amazon. Guessing that big building, it's green, it says Amazon on it. Normally the blue with Amazon on it, and it's actually, it's Amazon, is it? Rather than Amazon. So they don't do the selling everything you could ever think of. They just sell agricultural machinery. This Amazon, sorry. There's visitor parking. Visitor straight on. Oof. Got some stuff in, haven't they? That's quite new, this site. That's the induction bowl where you've got put your tubs on there so they drain out, and then that the squirt goes not on, is it?
So we've got manual switches here where we can choose what we're wanting to do. So 65 litre induction bowl with a rim round the edge. So here we're switching between the your hose line there and your injector in the base of the hopper.
That's for powders.
Yeah, so that'll take a bag of powders straight in. But if it needs a bit of help, then you can put it onto
water pistol mode.
Yeah. So at the moment we've got no sucking out of there, so we can set the Venturi to suck up to 100%. So then that very quickly empties out the induction bowl. So that's completely stepless, as is the flow.
Is that just the rinse?
So if you want your rim rinse, again it's stepless adjustment, so you can have gentle rim rinse, and then that's the bottle wash.
That's that?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a leaflet in there.
Sorry?
Is that not a leaflet inside it? No.
Oh, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. That really cleans the bottles.
Yeah. And you can even go cover yourself with it. Is this going to be edited?
No, I'll leave that in. Paul's wet himself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, then that sucks it. Which one sucked in it? That one?
Yeah, so that's the Venturi sucking it out. So you can balance it up nicely to get a strong flow in there. And then once you've got a bit of a puddle, you can then...
Will that always wash with clean water?
While you've got clean water available when you're filling.
Because I'll be honest, well, I suppose you won't really be spraying in this wind. It doesn't look like it's windy, but I can feel mist off that splashing in my face.
Yeah, so the rim helps prevent that, and then you can, to be fair, that's pretty high pressure that you're doing.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't open it that much.
If you slow it right down, then you've got stepless adjustment of how much comes in and how much comes out.
So you'd have your face shield on anyway, wouldn't you? So.
And your white outfit as well. So
what's this? Another?
So here we've got, you can choose how much you're filling up your main tank with. So maximum fill level is nominally 6,600. But if you wanted to just sort of put in 1,000 litres, then you'd select that. You can do the same with a clean water tank.
Yeah.
And then you can basically choose what you're doing. So normally filling, you'd be selecting from there. You can start and stop the pump there, so you can have it a bit quieter when the pump's not running.
It drops the revs as well.
Yeah. pump is on the far side of the machine anyway.
Is that the jet wash on the back?
That would be your hand lance.
Yeah. And that's your suction filter to clean, is it?
That's your suction filter. So you can, you've got a service position where you can go in and drain out your filter, drain out your pressure filters. So if you have got liquid in the tank, you can clean either, and it's you know, you're not getting covered in chemicals.
And that's soap.
Literally just soap.
Not the hand wash.
Yeah, your hand wash.
So he's trying to get me back here, right?
Absolutely. So that's if you want a fully clean water tank with a hose as opposed to a clean water pump that's fitted to this
where is the
one.
clean water tank?
Clean water tank is at the back of the main tank.
So your hand wash is the same as your...
No, your hand wash is then a separate tank.
Right. And that's a little cubby hole. And this is pre-production, so that's why that, you can see that.
That's right. Normally you'd have a panel over there. This one's just a bit of extra storage, so you can keep your chemical jug in there.
Yeah, I keep it in there.
Sorry?
I keep my jug in there.
Yeah, which you can do as well. So,
and then that's a light and a rain shelter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a bus stop. So this is on 42-inch rims, 650, 65, 42s. Have a little mooch around the back. It's got, that's a suction hose for filling. That's another one, I think you can join two together. Camera. Now this is what's clever. There. What did you say they were? A tapered, spherical?
It's a double taper eccentric pin. So I can show you a picture, which we'll do in a little bit later. But basically, as the boom opens and closes, it's self-tightening. So there's like a sort of like a spring washer system on the top.
Yeah.
It's basically maintenance free, designed to last the life of the boom.
Yeah.
So there's no grease nipples as you work your way down on the folding points down the boom.
Yeah. So and then all the grease nipples on this
and then
are auto lube. So you don't actually need a grease cut.
No, exactly.
And then you can show me.
It's all about using the sprayer, not maintaining it.
Let me get out the sun. I'll show you this. You see that black plate up there with that ram on? So that's as you're going along, and Paul's going to do the funky chicken now, showing the yaw.
Yeah, basically your accuracy of your spray is down to obviously keeping the boom height above the crop.
Yeah.
But then probably more accuracies can occur from the end of the boom. We call it yaw, where the end of the boom sort of moves backwards and forwards. And any movement there is inaccuracy in your spray rate.
Yeah.
So we've got sensors on the end of the boom that are sensing all that movement, and then that ram that Ollie just showed you, those rams are actually countering any movement at the boom end.
Harmonic damping, it's called, isn't it?
Something like that. I mean, we call it swing stop.
Yeah. But, no, there's a building, wasn't there? There's a really tall building.
Oh,
it might be the one in Dubai. And it's got a damper in the middle, and if the building starts to sway in the wind, it stops it from swaying. I'm sure they call it harmonic damping.
Yeah.
Someone will answer in the comments. And then obviously the booms are three
absolutely.
sections. I'll get Paul to fold them out in a minute and show you. You've got a little the pumps under here, similar to ours, where the twin pumps and a third one for clean water only.
Yeah.
To fill the wash tank. Hydraulic tank. The battery I think is behind this one. And then there's a little cubby hole there. And this is quite good. You should put this in the back of cars. So you can set them to where you want so that stuff doesn't fall out. And fuel tanks in there. Where's the diesel filler then? Oh, there. Diesel and AdBlue. 300 horsepower Deutz engine, which is actually quite easy to get at because you can walk in there. I'll turn it off and I'll go underneath and show you.
Any more water going anywhere, or?
No, it's alright. So when you shut this up now and lift it up, it knows from that sensor it's gone up, and then it automatically cleans itself as well. Get inside the cab, it is so quiet. considering you're sat under the engine, the only thing you can hear is the fan, which is the same as the combine. You've got this little dinky dash, reminds me of a Mercedes dashboard, with a little trim around it. Simple joysticks. It's got, rather than having loads of buttons on it, that button there, you press that, so you've got like, when it's red you get them functions, when it's yellow you get them functions, and when it's green you get them functions. That's obviously your GPS screen and all your settings for your sprayer. And then you've got steps up and down. I think that was cruise control. That was something to do with calibrating the steering, and then handbrake. But everything else you kind of do through that screen. And yeah, class cab. Forwards and backwards is with that little pedal. Decent sized passenger seat. Presume it's got a fridge. Yeah, it's got a fridge. And then a back window right the way round. Twin cup holders, USB, another cup holder. Somewhere to mount your phone, although I suppose you can move that. I was going to say if your phone was in there it might nearly hit that, but maybe not. We've just been down the road on it as well. It's not as quick as the Bateman, but it was doing 50k. It's not often you go over 50k in a sprayer because it does get a little bit scary because you're high, tall and on narrow wheels. So I've had to drive it and now Paul's just going to drive it and show you the booms going in and out from the outside. Can you see how the back wheel follows exactly the front wheel? It's funny though, it's like you're in a bin wagon because you sat forwards of the front axle, so when you go around the bend you kind of like swing round the front, or like the front of a coach. I'll show you when he's finished this. I'll show you underneath how the suspension works. It's like wishbone suspension, but pivoting from the centre of the machine rather than from the sides, I suppose, the corners. It's pretty quick how the boom folds. I don't know whether the chassis, you can't really see, but that's levelled itself a bit. Should have timed that, but what was that, about 20 seconds? Each nozzle, can you see, has got 4 different nozzles. It's only got 3 clipped on at the moment, but it's got 4 different nozzles, and each one of them will turn on and off. So when you're spraying, they'll shut off on their own as you come into like a tongue sharp. But while it's spraying, it will use a mixture of them all in different combinations. So if you're going around the bend and the end of the boom's coming around fast, is that working? Can you see that? If the boom goes around fast, it'll put more nozzles on and then shuts them off on the inside. I don't know why he's spraying so high. I think he's spraying maize. Or is he showing you the... Oh yeah, he's showing you the boom will contour like that. Yeah, but we were just having a play and we were doing 20k's out in the field. He gets to the end, he presses a button and it flicks the tips up. Now I think he's going to come across diagonal now, so you can see the individual nozzles turning on and off. It's a bit hard to see when you're just spraying clean water on a dry soil. So them nozzles at that end. Oh no. Yeah, it didn't work that. The idea was if you sprayed that way and it remembered it, when he come the other way it'd go and turn every single nozzle off. Every 50 centimetres. But I'll just show you. Because this is a demo machine, it's got them nozzles which are different to these. So these are 4. So when you're spraying it might be using, say, them 2. when you go around the bend, it might think, oh, I need this one on, or it might think, no, actually, I don't even need that one on, I'll turn that one off. And then this is something that you can put on to make it, so instead of having 50 centimetres boom spacing, nozzle spacing, you've got 25, because it kind of bolts on the same fitment, but spreads it out. This is aluminium, the last section as well, keep it light. Obviously that's the following the ground. I'll show you under the chassis. Paul just wants to put it in auto mode and show the boom sections shutting off on individual nozzles. They're quite proud of that. Is he going to notice the steps down? I did say, does it remind you of the steps down? So the plan is now, it's hard to see because of the sun, but he's spraying down there, and then he'll come round in a loop like he just did, but come diagonal against it, and you'll see him shutting off hopefully. If we get time, I think we should have a mooch around in that yard, all that kit. I think the sun's too bright to see, but that should be spraying now as it starts overlapping where he went down. Oh yeah, you can see him. And you can't see, there's that much dust and the sun's so bright. But yeah, it shut them off from one side to the other. We'll have a look at the chassis anyway underneath. We've got massive disc brakes with twin calipers. And then the chassis legs can go in and out to adjust the track width. And then hydraulic pneumatic suspension on these wishbones. So there's 4 of them, so it's kind of like a mirror image, the front to the back. I don't know whether the back's twin caliper or single caliper. Probably single caliper on the back, because you don't do a lot of braking for the back wheels. Yeah, single caliper. It's obviously designed to be smooth underneath, and then lots of ground clearance if you're spraying maize. Yeah, seriously impressed with that sprayer. I have a feeling it'd be quite a bit more expensive than the Bateman though, to be honest, because there's some spec on it. Like, anyway, we'll see. Sorry, I hope you enjoyed today's video about sprays. If you want to see more, they are available. You can see them all at Cereals. Now, that is a discount code that you can use here for Cereals this year. If you, well, no, in fact, follow the link below. Sorry, there's a link below this video to get half price Cereals tickets. So if you want to do that, that'll be good, and we'll see you there, and hopefully we'll have the world's largest, biggest loaf of bread, or the world's largest, biggest loaf of bread fail there. Don't know, we're going to try and get it right anyway. But yeah, thanks for watching today. Video's gone on far too long. Ian's done the birthdays. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Grace Jacob is 19, Rob Holmes is the big 5-0, and Noah Williamson is 5. Happy birthday everyone on there, £66,885 raised, tractor update, here's Rob on the 1455. Give it a tickle.